Happy Monday afternoon, everybody. I thought I would follow up with a video that follows up on the unstaking your TFuel and where the heck are you going to put it? GPool was probably the number one for staking TFuel, and when they stopped having that ability on their site, where is everybody going to go? Well, I think I have a solution for us. It's just going to take a little bit of work, a lot of work on my part, and a little bit of work on your part. So if you haven't seen this video, basically the idea is if you have TFuel on GPool, unstake it because it's not earning anything. And if you haven't unstaked your Theta, go ahead and do that too. And there's a reason for that, and I'll get into that right now. So I had a great conversation with Jason over at Theta Communications. They reached out to us after they saw my YouTube video and said, hey, we might have a solution for you. And at first I was like, yeah, the scam, people typically don't come and reach out to me or us. And they did. And so I said, sure, I have to meet with a client this afternoon, which didn't last that long. But I really wanted to do a background check on them. I wanted to see how long the site was up. I wanted to see if there were any issues, who was involved, and do a background on a company that we want to stake our TFuel with, and Theta. So they are a staking company. They stake Theta, and they stake TFuel. Now, the reason why it's going to be important for you not only to move your TFuel from GPool, well, number one, you're not getting anything. You're not earning anything with it having staked at GPool right now. But it's important to move your Theta staking also. And the reason for that is, as Dee said in the video, and probably most of you didn't watch it, but when you stake TFuel, they lose money. With the price of TFuel and everything else, it's a money losing situation, and that's why GPool decided to not lose $800,000 a year. It's very understandable. I didn't know that you lost that much. So where they're really making up the staking TFuel, losing money, is that they are making it on Theta. And so right now, if you're staking at GPool, you're paying about 4%. And if you move over to Theta Communications, and I will leave a link to this page, I will also leave an email address, which is going to be important for the next part. This is going to go out on YouTube, but I'm not going to include the email address, and I'll tell you why in just a little bit. So go ahead and restake over here to Theta Communications if you'd like to. It will support the money-losing side of TFuel staking. And the reason for that is, I know I'm going long-winded, but Theta staking, you don't need to have a server spun up for 500,000 or the minimum amount or the maximum amount of Theta staking. They can have some really large number of Theta staked on a single computer, a single server, basically. But Theta Communications has redundancy, and so that's going to be important. But their fees are 3% as compared to GPool is 4%. And because they're losing money on TFuel staking, where they try to make it up and they don't make it up fully. I kind of looked at some of those numbers, that they can make up some with the fees that they charge for Theta. So TFuel staking, it's great, but the problem is, if you look down here, there is nothing available. They have current stake, 500,000, max 500,000. So there's really, you're going to run into problems finding summaries or nodes, especially 72 hours after the 8th, which we're getting close, where all of these people have unstaked, and where the heck are you going to stake it? Good luck. But like I said, I had a call with someone named Jason, and he said, George, I think I have a solution for you. And I said, well, are you sure? We have a lot of TFuel in this group at the Bitcoin Academy.io. And we have a lot. I know I asked Jay, I said, Jay, how much TFuel do you have? And he said, I can't count that high. And I'm like, I know, but give me an idea. And the reason why it's going to be important to know how much TFuel we need to stake as a group is because I will get the numbers back from you. I have the email address down below, and I need you to email me how many TFuel you will need to have staked. And it's going to be kind of a first come, first serve, where I'm going to get those numbers and I'm going to go back to Jason and I'm going to say, hey, we have about 100 million TFuel that need to be staked. And he is going to try to spin up that many edge nodes. And if, you come in and you're later, and, kind of getting back to me and someone comes in earlier, I'm going to be getting all the summaries. And it's going to be my responsibility to email those summaries out to the people that have requested that. And so that's why I'm not sharing this on YouTube, because he said, I'm willing to do this for your group. So that is great. And just to, kind of give you an idea, and I will also have this link down below, but it does show that, Theta Communications, they've been around a while. They charge 3% fee for the Guardian node as compared to GPool. GPool has 170 million Theta staked. Theta Communications right now has 4.127. It'll be interesting to see how that changes in a little bit. But they are let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're 7th right now in staking the number of Theta. But if you look over here, over at SS, they are number 2. Here is GPool, and then they have 40,000. And you're asking, well, what is SS? And SS right now is signature share, the number of times your vote is seen on the network. And it says right here, more the better. And what Jason was explaining was they have redundancy around the globe so that if something happens in one part of the world, a tornado, a hurricane, all these, crazy things, there will be a redundancy so things don't go down and you're continuing to earn on your Theta staking. So that's kind of really the sum of it, and we can sum it up right now with the idea that if you want to stake your TFuel, you can stake it anywhere you want. Good luck finding, if you have millions, good luck finding enough open nodes after the unstake period to jump on. What they promised, what they thought that they could do for us is if I can get them a good firm number and say, okay, I thought 100 million, but we're really at 80 million. Could you set up that many servers so that we can get 80 million TFuel staked? He said, yep, we're going to go ahead and do that. So you need to use the email down below. Let's come back here. It'll be down below this video. You need to email me from an email address that you actually can get email replies to, and tell me how many TFuel you would want to stake. And when you send me that number, and let's say it's 2 million, well, that means it's basically 4 nodes. And I would tell my contact there that we need to have 4 nodes for Bill. And I would, build a spreadsheet. And then when those nodes are built and we have summary addresses, he's going to send me all those summary addresses. And then I'm going to need to email 4 of those summary addresses to you, Bill, so that you can put those summary addresses in the proper spot so that you can restake your TFuel. So that's where we are. If you have any questions, please feel free for members of the bitcoinacademy.io to put the comments down below, and I will try to get to those and see what we can do for everybody. I'm kind of fired up about this. I looked at the number that were unstaked. I'm like, how is this even going to be possible? It's going to be months before we can get our stuff staked. And right now, the staking rewards are incredible because of all the ones that have been unstaked. So it's better to get it quickly back into staking mode than having it unstake. Thanks a lot, everybody. Have a great evening. Talk to you later.